With the Mario movie just making $1 billion worldwide, we are without a doubt going to get a sequel. But what characters, events, and settings do we want to see in this sequel? Well, that's what we'll be finding out today. So without further ado, let's dive in. Now let's start off talking about what we know we want to see and make our way to stuff that's a bit more speculational. And to start off, we already know that we are absolutely guaranteed to see Yoshi. In the final end credit scene for the Mario movie, we got to see a Yoshi egg start hatching in the sewers. Now what makes this Yoshi special compared to the other Yoshis that we saw in the Mario movie is that this Yoshi is green. And if you look closely, we actually did not see any green Yoshis in that one scene with the Yoshi Stampede. So we will probably be seeing this specific green Yoshi teaming up with Mario and Luigi for their next adventure. And another thing we'll probably see in their next adventure is more romance. But seriously, looking at the first movie, we had a couple interactions between Mario and Peach that I guess you could call flirting almost, but they never really took that specific plot point anywhere. And you know, I can see why they didn't really rush into the relationship between Mario and Peach yet, because that movie is technically whenever they first meet each other, so it would be pretty weird and also pretty rushed story-wise if they went ahead and already got into some sort of relationship in the first movie. But now that the two of them already worked together on some big grand adventure in the first movie, now it would make a lot more sense for this sequel to have the two of them start to have some sort of romantic tension. Another way they could take this is by, in this sequel, actually having Princess Peach be the one who gets captured by Bowser instead of Luigi. Doing this now would make sense compared to the first movie, because in the first movie, Mario and Luigi wouldn't have had any reason to try to save the princess because they wouldn't have even known who the princess was. But having the princess be the one who's captured in the second movie not only means that the second movie is going to be more faithful to the video games, but also at this point in the story, Mario and Luigi would have a good reason to go and save the princess. And while we're on the topic of princesses, what other queens will we be seeing make an appearance in this movie? Now, I don't think they're gonna do Rosalina just yet. I feel like the second movie is still a bit too soon. My personal theory is that they may bring in Rosalina for the third movie to end off the trilogy, if they're even doing a trilogy. Without a doubt, we're gonna be seeing Princess Peach again, that's a no-brainer. And also, I feel like Daisy has a pretty good chance of showing up. I can very well see Mario and the gang having to make their way to Sarasaland for some sort of reason, maybe to get help just like they did with the Kongs in the first movie, and then maybe from there we can also have a bit of romantic tension between Luigi and Daisy. And as far as I know, that leaves us with just one more female protagonist in the Mario series. Will we be seeing Pauline again? Because Pauline made a bit of a little cameo appearance as the mayor of Brooklyn in the first movie, and to be honest, I can see her having another one of those small little cameos for the second movie as well. Because even though Mario and Luigi now officially live in the Mushroom Kingdom, we could still get a scene where the two of them go to maybe visit their family or something in Brooklyn, and then from there we can have a little Pauline cameo again. Maybe we could have a scene where Pauline is giving Mario and Luigi some medals, since now they're like the heroes of Brooklyn. But I can't really see her having any more of an important role besides that. So now that we got those out of the way, let's move on to the villains. Who or what will the next villain be for the Mario movie 2? A couple weeks ago, I actually made a video about this very specific topic where I ranked the top 10 most likely characters throughout the Mario lore to possibly be a villain in this next movie. So make sure to go check that out if you want more Mario movie content after this video. Although I do believe that my opinion on this subject has changed a little bit after releasing that video. I truly believe that since they didn't kill off Bowser in the first movie, they will definitely be bringing him back for the sequel. So the question instead should be who will be the main side villain. And personally, I've narrowed it down to 3 different candidates. The first option is Wario and Waluigi. These two would make great character foils to Mario Mario and Luigi. Plus, Jack Black already told us his personal dream casting for these two characters. It would be so hilarious if what Jack Black said actually came true and Pedro Pascal would be Waluigi and Danny DeVito would be Wario. However, this isn't our only option when it comes to the next side villain, leading us to option number 2, the Koopalings. If they do bring the Koopalings into live action, that would be so cool. And it would be even cooler if they did a recreation of the new Super Mario Bros. Wii intro where they all showed up disguised as one giant cake for the castle, and then maybe that's how they end up freeing Bowser if that's their end goal. Not only would that be such a badass reference to such a popular game in the franchise, but it'll also be a quick and easy way to set up Bowser's return and the intro to the brand new movie. The Koopalings is one of my personal favorite options despite what my old top 10 video says, and the only real issue with having the Koopalings as the main side villain for this movie is that judging by the usual runtime of your average movie, we would barely have any time to introduce each Koopaling with their own personality, meaning that if they do appear for the sequel, they all may be blank slates. However, I do believe that if you get a talented enough writer to make this sequel, then they could do a very good job at quickly, indirectly telling you all of the Koopalings' personalities. It really just depends on the writer of the movie's skills and knowledge about that sort of topic. But we still have one final option. If you want to have a side villain like the Koopalings, but you don't want to take the time to introduce each and every one of them, then instead you could do Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. would especially make sense being in this movie considering that he is usually the main foe to fight Yoshi in most of Yoshi's solo games, and considering that we're confirmed to have Yoshi in this movie, then that would make a pretty cool addition as well. But which one do y'all think? Who out of those 3 options would y'all prefer to be in the Mario movie 2? Let me know down in the comments below. But this whole time we've just been talking about villains or characters or anything like that that could be added into the sequel. But will anything return from the first movie, like the Kong Island or the go-karts or even Rainbow Road? Will any of that be returning for the sequel? Although we might not see Donkey Kong's country again, I do feel like at the very least we're going to see Donkey Kong himself, considering he left Mario and the gang on good terms. I honestly don't see a point for them to be back on Rainbow Road again, although maybe they could just for like a scene or two, but I don't think they're gonna have it be as big of a deal as it was in the first movie. I feel like for the sequel, they could pay homage to a different Mario spin-off besides Mario Kart, but the question is which spin-off? I feel like Mario Party would be a bit too random, and I couldn't really see how they're gonna get something like Mario Party to work into the plot. But besides Mario Party, the only other option we really have is a couple of sports games. And honestly, if they work it into the plot good enough, it could actually work. Maybe the movie could start off with Mario and the gang playing some sort of sport from one of their past spin-offs as a celebration for saving the Mushroom Kingdom. So with all that said, what do I think the Mario movie 2 will be about? Well, let me set the scene. Mario and Luigi wake up in the morning to get ready for their everyday life. Except unlike the first movie, this one's different, because this one starts off inside of the Mushroom Kingdom. They go around town helping Toads with their plumbing issues. Maybe they even stop by Brooklyn to say hi to their family who now actually appreciate them and their job, and then get a medal or two from Pauline for saving Brooklyn back in the first movie. Everything seems to be going good, and Bowser's still captured in that mini cage. After a long day's work, Mario and Luigi get invited to the castle to have some cake with Princess Peach, perhaps mirroring the events of Mario 64. Everything seems to be going well, and maybe we even start establishing a bit of romantic tension between Peach and Mario, up until the cake gets presented. This cake is huge, but the decorations on it look oddly weird. Suddenly, 8 crazy-haired turtles jump out of the cake and grab Princess Peach. The Koopalings have successfully invaded the Mushroom Kingdom. Also on their way out, they grab the cage that Bowser's in, and they make a run for it. Before anybody can get to them, they end up escaping. Now Mario is devastated and the Mushroom Kingdom is in shock. But not all hope is lost, as the Great Value Toadsworth from the first movie pitches an idea to Mario. He informs Mario about a different kingdom that may be able to help in a time of need. This kingdom is known as the Sarasa Land. So with this information in mind, Mario and the gang roll out to Sarasa Land to try to find help to save Princess Peach. Oh, and I almost forgot, maybe at the beginning of the movie, we get to see Mario and the gang playing some sort of sport from one of the Mario spin-offs. But yeah, that's my idea for how the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 will go down. Am I absolutely sure this is how the movie's gonna go down? No. Am I definitely biased over some parts and some characters? Yes. But yeah, let me know down in the comments y'all's interpretation of how this sequel could go down. And with that said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Mario movie content, and I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.